So there is also a number of very interesting startups and different brands that work in microbiome in the beauty. And some companies like Biomedic, Symbiome, Dermala, they focus on specific conditions and develop solutions to address acne, rosacea, skin aging, and skin health. There are other companies like Skin Trust, Dr. Elsa Jungmann. Some of them also have products, but what they also do, they sell direct-to-consumer microbiome tests. And actually, unlike, I think, genetics data, human genetics data, here people are really willing to share their skin microbiome data. So it's a big business for these companies to kind of educate consumers on their skin microbiomes, but at the same time, obviously, to collect the data. Because in addition to skin microbiome, these companies collect lots of other information on lifestyle, demographics, skincare conditions, and so on. So it's very interesting business, and we will see soon some insights, I think, from these companies. That's another company, Dr. Elsa Jungmann. They also sell direct-to-consumer tests. They collect data, and they also have very good skincare products. Another company I want to mention, I briefly mentioned it before, is Biomedic. It's a company based in Belgium. They have very interesting live probiotic solutions, and they did, I think, 15 clinical trials according to their website and published several papers. For example, one of the papers here talks about transplantation of skin microbiome. And basically, they were inspired by studies on gut microbiome modulation, and then decided to use similar technique to transplant the skin microbiome from somebody who was suffering from severe acne, to that person, from a person who has a healthy skin. And the results are really, really interesting. So basically, within a week, the recipient's microbiome was similar to the one from the donor. So really interesting approach, developing live probiotics and skin microbiome transplants. So this is again review by scientists from L'Oreal. They talk about microbiome translations in the beauty industry. And in addition to robust in silico and in vitro tests, regulatory and safety approvals, formulation expertise for the incorporated performance, and so on, what they mention here is that we need deeper knowledge of host microbiome interactions in order to understand what's going on and in order to really being able to modulate it and affect it. And again, they also ask the question on what is the cause versus what is the effect. We need data for that, but in addition to that, we need kind of clever thinking. And I presented a couple of examples of computational approaches that address these very important questions. But of course, there is a lot to be done here. And there are lots of opportunities and some challenges where we can harness microbiome for the beauty industry. Again, it's the citizen science. People are willing to share the data, and the data is very easy to collect, and then we can analyze it and make some conclusions. There are already many publicly available data sets. Really quite a few data sets, you can just find and use to develop your own applications and insights. There are databases that, in addition with the data sets, can also be utilized to make new discoveries. And of course, there are challenging problems waiting to be solved. And one of them is actually making predictions, evaluating skin and hair conditions and diseases, identifying so-called dermotypes. Another challenge is to identify new molecular targets and solutions, developing new ingredients from microbiome, the metabolites. And then I already mentioned, it's very important and actually crucial to understand the interactions between host genetics and transcriptomics on one hand, with microbiome on the other hand. Another promising direction is to understand fungal microbiome or mycobiome. This is how it's called, and also to conduct smart trials on how to modulate microbiome in order to achieve desired results.